in the election.
Yeah.
He called on his people or Nigerians or whatever to crush the cockroaches and the whatever and ants. That's in reference to people that perhaps are against
In the
his party.
opposition, yes.
So who started it? Maybe Amechi was reacting to what his colleague, the Katsina state government, the earlier statement the Katsina state government made.
Well,
So
I think we're expanding the panel. We have a new and young member of our panel who will now introduce himself and make your contribution.
Good morning, listeners. Mazi Ikechukwu Bismarck Oji is my name. I'm the Executive Director, Center for the Advancement of Literacy and Leadership, CALL. And I'm also a former national chairman of the Ohanaeze Youth Wing. It's my pleasure to be here today on this program. And I thank the People's Advocate for being such a champion of the masses. I mean, these are the kind of people we have over there in the Southwest, like the late Kanefawemi and others. But today we see somebody down here in the Southeast who champions the cause of the masses. And as such, I'm happy based on the discourse we have today. You know, when you talk of impunity, my view is that degradation of moral values has led to impunity in our national life. As has been said by others, it has pervaded the very fabric of our national life. Even the churches are not left untouched. Today, corruption is celebrated. Today, for instance, someone like me, I'm in my early 40s. My mates today, those who joined bandwagon, they are those who are in the House of Reps today. There are those who are local government chairman today across board. There are even some of them also were my contemporaries in Esut. I also contesting the state the seat of the state election today as aspirants under various parties. So what? Yes, for governorship. Then what is the issue? The fact is that if you now step back and say no, that you want to do things the right way, oftentimes you get ignored. Those around you, your wife, you will even see you like happens. We see you as a fool. Ask you how you want, to get the children trained, that you must join the bandwagon. And as I said, even the church, they don't encourage, they don't help matters. By the time they know that you're a politician, then your salary is maybe so and so and so a month. Then they invite you all over to come and do bazaar for them, and you bring millions, and they clap for you. It means they encourage people like us who come every Saturday to sweep the church. Yes, and I'm belong to the Legion of Mary and Charism and keep clapping and praying. But don't bring any kobo. They are asking us to go and bring our money from anywhere it is. So I'm surprised we want Nigeria to be good, but then we keep encouraging those who are in power to be corrupt. I mean, I heard what my brother said, that we're not encouraging Nigerians to go to the length the Soviet Union went. But I think we should do all that is necessary to protect this our yet nascent democracy. Was from 1999 to date, now the democracy is still evolving. We're yet to have arrived there. It is because of the institutions that we are supposed to build, which we have not yet built. As I said earlier on in one of my articles in the paper, corruption is not an Igbo man. Corruption is not a Yoruba man. Corruption is neither an Ijaw man or an Hausa man. Corruption also is not a Christian or a Muslim. What we are seeing in Nigeria is a class war. The rich, they steal our money. When we want to remove them, they remember they are Igbos or Hausas or Muslims. For me, the anti-corruption war so far has failed. And corruption is worse than Boko Haram. Let us face facts. Boko Haram today is only operating somewhere in the northeast. And even what led about to Boko Haram was the fact that the north, they've been in power for over 30 decades. For over 3 decades, over 30 years. And yet the masses there look around. They can't even see the effect. And they don't believe that Western civilization was what now made their fellow brothers to now, to deal with them so harshly. And that's why they now say that Western civilization is a sin. So I think the biggest problem we face today as Nigerians is not even insecurity. No, it is corruption. And unfortunately, it has become a culture. For those of us who were maybe somehow young during the 1983 elections, they're looking back now. I think those who are involved there, Shagara and others, they are all saints. Yes, I recall that Jim Mubra and others now were handed about 100 years or how many long term prison sentences by the Colonel Anthony Awote panel on recovery of public funds and property. But today, look at what we now have. And so I believe that corruption is something that must be fought if Nigeria must move ahead. And then thank God today that oil that seems to be a cost to Nigeria is not a blessing. Today, based on what we are seeing as per the
Slump in
slump, no, not even slump, but free fall. Yes, free fall in international oil prices. Thank God now, Konjo Iweala has now mentioned that the government is now going to employ austerity measures. I also overheard them now saying that the Orosanye report is now going to be implemented. And that's what we have been shouting for all this while. I mean, I believe I want to give an expo to Mr. President. Mr. President, if you want to win this next election, you know what you do. Please slash your salary or your whatever you take by half, or even give all to the masses. Yes, I'm saying it because I know, thank God, that Mr. President came to power as a man that had no shoes. And I believe that he is on the side of the masses much more than those who came to power, but those who are born with a silver spoon. So I'm saying Nigeria can be saved, and the time is now, because 2015 seems very ominous, and it must start now. Because for those who listen to to Mr. President's declaration speech, he said he's going to step on toes in order to prosecute this anti-corruption war. It is pertinent that those toes must be stepped on right now. Mr. President, I plead that you show the example, because at least I know, unless I'm wrong, that a governor in the south is Rocha Sokorocha. From what he said he does. I'm saying because I want from him that he both his security vote and whatever, right? Yet he has given it to ensure that there is free education and other things that will help the masses in Imo State. So I'm saying, in order to really show Nigerians that you really mean to step on toes, I suggest, Mr. President, sir, that you start by at least cutting your salary, say into half, and that of all those others with you. Then all those monies so gotten should be put into critical infrastructure. Because I'm surprised really that if you look at across the country, so many of our governors, even at our those who are elected at various levels, I know what I call luxury projects. And yet, during this time of austerity measures, people are talking of trying to get loans. And if at all loans should be gotten by any state government, I expect it should be to revitalize the coal mines in Enugu. Then I'll clap. Or to build the cement factory at Idodo, Amechi Idodo. I'm going to create at least 3 model farm settlements in each of the territorial zones in Enugu State. I mean, to create jobs, that's what we need in Enugu State. So, yes, one of the panelists, my comrade, Anisha Abuchane Yago, said Governor Chima has done well. Yes, we commend him. But Shakespeare said that all is well that ends well. So we plead that now that this government is rolling to an end, that he does something in a sector which most of us believe much has not been done in. And that's the issue of trying to create jobs. Because I mean, every day we keep turning out youths and graduates, and unless they have jobs, then you are encouraging them to be corrupt. You are encouraging them to be involved in thuggery. You are encouraging them to succeed by all means. So it is pertinent, please, that government at all levels thinks about how to create jobs, because that's the only way Nigeria can actually become one of the top 20 economies in the year 2020, not by mere rhetorics. Thank you.
Okay, I like the contribution. Another member of the panel should now make a contribution.
Okay.